Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's take a walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Guys, we got the second one of the beer mail package that SweetWater has sent me. This one is the Gummies Tropical Double IPA. The last one was the fruity IPA, and this is the tropical IPA, so we shall see. They're both 9.5%. Like I said, they sent me a little card here and the little air mattress little things for your beers. Now the beer goes in here and it sits in your pool and you can float around. Isn't that special? Isn't that nice? And they sent me two of these, two different ones, two different colors, so I mean, that would probably work. That would probably work. Not so much in a hot tub, water too hot, not so much at the beach or the lake. I think the current would probably carry it away unless you tied a string to it and kept it close by. So, don't have room for that, guys. So, it's what it is. Gummies Tropical Double IPA. The other one was too sweet and syrupy for me, guys. We shall see what this one brings to the table. But I do appreciate SweetWater sending it to me. I do like a lot of the stuff that they brew. I mean, they do make some tasty stuff. I think a lot of their stuff is more transitional. This would not be, being a 9.5%er, but maybe, I mean, they're just trying to do something different, guys. I mean, there's a lot of gummy bear crowd people out there. So if you're buying gummy bears, more than likely you're probably gonna like this. So I'm not a gummy bear fan. So let's get on with this. We're gonna jump over to Untappd. And this says Gummies Imperial Tropical IPA, and it's going to have a Best Buy date on it, and it's going to say 11/6/23. ATL 0639. Well, if I was guessing by those abbreviations, I would say Atlanta. So maybe they have a brewery there. 12-ounce can. It'll all fit in this glass real easy. So we're going to pour it fairly aggressive, and we're going to do a big time swirly swirly. I don't think there's any sediment. I'm pretty sure this would be a filtered beer. There, we got some headage. Alrighty, guys. The bubbles are pretty tight there, but again, we'll see what kind of lacing anyway. Definitely 2 fingers of head. Not so much light through there, but I can see through the thin part. It's dark outside now, guys. The sun's not coming through, or not a lot of light other than what's coming off the ceiling. Looks good though. I mean, like I said, there was a good 2 fingers of head, and the bubbles are pretty tight, so and it's very creamy on top, so that aggressive pour made that look really good. What do you think? That's a good looking beer. It is. To the nose we go. Again, really sweet, but not, it's more tropical sweet than it is sugar sweet like the other one was. It was just way over the top sugar. It's just too much sugar. And like I said, when I did that beer, how do you have that much sweetness when the yeast are not able to eat that up unless it's lactose or something? So, but this has a similar sweetness to the nose, but like again, it's more tropical. And I can't, you know, it's just like a tropical fruit punch. I mean, it's a blend of everything. I mean, I'm not picking anything one out. It's just like you've taken 6 or 7 different things and put it in a blender and blended it all up. Yep, that's what it tastes like. A blended concoction. We're going to give it a whirl. Cheers. Ooh. Again, a little heavy on the sweetness, guys, for this palate. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm sure there's a ton of gummy bear people out there that will absolutely adore these beers. I mean, it's not bad. It's not off-putting. It's definitely drinkable. But being the connoisseur that I am, or fell into what? No. It's worthy, guys. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but it is definitely worth giving it a try. It might be a 10 beer to you. Don't let this old man say, oh, you shouldn't buy that. I ain't never going to say that. Unless it's bad or infected, you're never going to hear me say that. But what's my cup of tea might not be your cup of tea. Again, beer tastes are very subjective, so don't let me say don't buy this. Just because I don't or won't or haven't bought it doesn't mean you shouldn't. Especially if you can pick up one. If you can pick up one, give it a whirl. And if you like it, you know what to do. Go get some more. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left. Too sweet. Just a little bit too sweet. It's decent, guys. It's decent. I'm not a fan of the Best Buy. They don't even say Best Buy. They just have that date, and you know it's in the future that it's a Best Buy date. So I wish they'd change that. I mean, if they want to put a Best Buy date on it, put the actual canned-on date on it too, and that way we'll know when they want us to have it, and then we can make that decision on ourselves. So never have been a fan of the used by, best before, Best Buy, whatever buy dates. Put a canned-on date on it, gentlemen. Final chug. Decent beer, guys, I'll give it that. And while we're on the aspect of, a lot of breweries used to send me beers that used to put Best Buy dates and stuff on them that don't send me beers anymore because I call them out on it. I mean, I'm so sorry. I do appreciate the packages, and some of them are very tasty. And this one is a tasty beer, guys. It's worth trying. It is worth picking up. You might find it the best thing you've ever tasted. Yeah! But then again, they have that used by date, or Best Buy date, whatever you want to do by date. It's a future date, and not a canned on date. So, I've always had a problem with that. That's better than nothing, but still. You have the machine, you have the capability, you have the resources. You're a fairly big brewery, so... Again, I appreciate the beer malt package and the little floaties that you sent with it. I'd be more interested in some serious IPAs and something like this, but they have a lot of flagship beers, their 420s and all that stuff, and they do very well for themselves. So I'm very happy for them. So if you've had the Gummies Tropical Double IPA at 9.5%, I will say the alcohol is well hidden on both of these beers. I mean, if you're not used to drinking a beer of that magnitude, might find it a little boozy, but I don't find either one of them very boozy at all. I mean, it is 9.5%, so please drink responsibly, guys. Again, I'm gonna give it a B on this one, since they're doing the Best Buy date instead of a canned-on date. So 85 on this one, guys, right down the middle. Over to Beer Advocate, no score, imagine that. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.27. That's in the B- range. So I think it's a good. If it had a canned-on date, it would get a B+. But with the Best Buy date, not a fan. So 3.27, I give it a better grade than they did. Out of 1,236 ratings, so they have a bigger footprint than a lot of smaller breweries. And this is probably just let's see what happens. They brew this and they brew that. They did a couple of different gummy beers, and it is what it is, and they move on. I mean, if it worked, and they sell them all, they might do it again later down the road. They might change it up. I mean, it's hard to tell, guys. So if you've had this particular one, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.